Hi guys, welcome to Abundant Possibilities. My name is Sarah James and I am reading from the book of Knowing and Worth again today. I started reading this I think 2 days ago because it just seems so fit for the time that we're in, and all of the books really by Paul Selig. These are channeled messages from the guides, and the entire book is just filled with information for humanity. All of the books are. This is the third of the, I think there's 7 now, so this is the third one, and it's the book of Knowing and Worth. I'm starting with 1. I actually started this yesterday, and I started reading it, and I just was not in the energy of talking about that, so I did another video about periods, which just, yeah, that was awesome to do. As you can tell, I have my little yellow star, or my sun on my neck. Right now I'm doing some chakra therapy, and this is the solar plexus chakra, and I've been doing a lot of things to walk through fear, to take action. And solar plexus is all about action and taking a step forward. It's like the lion and just moving. So in that, there's been a ton of things that I've been doing over the last couple weeks. I did my first front flip like a couple weeks ago. My boyfriend's son, who's 7, was cheering me on, and he walked me through it, and that was just an amazing experience because I literally could feel my bones shaking, and I was talking through what was going on in my head with what fears were coming up about breaking my neck or breaking my back, and it was like a tall sand dune, which was not something I was super comfortable with. I stood up there at the top of it for probably 40 minutes, 30 minutes, and they were so patient with me, and they got me through it, and I did it, and I took a step, and I felt so great afterwards that I went through that. And we just went to Joshua Tree, and they had me climb to the top of this rock formation, and I am not a fan of heights. That is not my thing, and typically I would have turned around and just said no. I can't do it. And even though I would want to do it, I would usually chicken out. And this time, no, I knew I needed to take action. So, you know, I let the fear come. I talked through it as it was happening. I probably took about 15 minutes, 20 minutes for each challenge. Each time I got up to another rock, I would have to wait and then have my heart rate go down, and just, you know, like noticing my arm shaking. I mean, you know, just like the physical aspect of fear moving out of your body is just, it's interesting to me. So I got to the top of this rock formation, which was awesome. And Milo, my boyfriend's son, and my boyfriend Christopher, they were both just cheering me on and, you know, saying, "Good job, you made it, you made it, you made it." And I just felt awesome. So this is all about the solar plexus energy of just moving forward, taking a step. I talked about periods, which is something that I never would have thought about doing probably, I don't know, maybe even 5 years ago or 3 years ago. So this is just a new door that's just opened up for me, and I wanted to share that, and I did. So I got over my fear of expressing that, and the more I talk about things, the more it happens. So this is part of what this whole YouTube channel is about, is just going through that fear of speaking about things. And the whole protest right now that's going on is like people needing to use their voice, like having their voice be heard, wanting to be seen for who they are. And that's why these books are so relevant right now. I mean, this is the book of Knowing and Worth. They're from they're ascended masters. I'm not even sure what to call them. I just know that, like, they're amazing. This has been such a godsend to be passed along my journey in this way, and I wanted to read it for people and share the love, pass it along. If you're, you know, you're on the mountainside too. You're part of this human race, so it's for everyone. And thank you. Before I start, I just want to say thank you, whoever may be listening to this, whoever, you know, might have run across this video. I'm going to pause for a second and put my phone on Do Not Disturb, because I've done that before where it's rung through. So let me just pause for a second and I'll be right back. I'm back. That was quick. So as I was saying, solar plexus, working with the chakras, learning who I am. This has all been such an amazing journey for me. I just want to share everything. I'm going through this mystery. I've gone through my flexes, and I'm on the process of learning and remembering who I am in this time that we're in this human body. I love the vessel that I'm in, so thank you for that. Okay, so I'm going to start reading, and we are on 1. It's I Know Who I Am, day 2. And I might just keep reading to day 3 as well, because like I said, I wanted to start this yesterday and I didn't, so I'll read and see where it takes us. Okay. I Know Who I Am, day 2. The lives you live, the lives all of you live, have been predicated by history that is coming to an end. And we say to an end in a good way. The lives you have known, that you have decided upon and aligned to, were created for you to fulfill an experience. And the experience that was fulfilled has brought you to where you stand today. Where you stand today in all of your creations, in all you have agreed to, shaken hands with, and claimed. Now the new day, the new time, the new belief that you can hold this vibration is what will claim you and move you forward. As we teach you this, we agree to a new light. And a new light is the anchoring of the Christ in manifestation in this plane as you each agree to become it. Now, how can there be many Christ? How can there not be? If the Creator that is you is incarnating as you, this must be available to everybody. You cannot have one light in the darkness to illumine the world. There must be many lights, and so in fact there are. The designs you have, the designs you hold as your energy fields have been created to demonstrate this. And the demonstration of this, the alignment to this, is where we wish to take you. The hunger you hold in your souls to be remembered, to be held again in the body of all that what is being agreed to. Now you align yourselves to everything you know. That is always the truth. I know it is Monday, you align to Monday. I know it is Tuesday, you align to Tuesday. You agree to Tuesday, so you go to work on Tuesday, and on and on and on. How you agree is based in cultural dictates that were created for you at different times in history. And you all said, okay, we will go to work. It is a Tuesday. And on Tuesday you go. You have not given permission yet to recreate paradigms that have been so enforced you agree to them without question, without thinking twice. It's noon, I must have my coffee. It is my wedding night, I must make love. Whatever you claim in agreement to a structure is what you choose. Now today we are doing something new. We are going to defy a structure that you have inherited for 10 minutes of our teaching, and then we will talk about it. How you know yourselves has been inherited by you because you were told your name. It was printed on a piece of paper when you were born, and you say, that must be who I am, as you learned the name aloud and responded to it. How you know yourself outside of your name is your frequency. And as we re-identify with you as your frequency, we align you outside of the name you have held. Now the frequency you hold is a great being. It is a great emission of your consciousness that aligns to the truth of who you are, because it can never not be separate from it. The designs you hold in separation are born in personality. And the personality self who recognizes separation aligns to all things separate and dismisses the possibility that the questions that you may be asking yourselves about your design could take you any place else than what you have known. What we will tell you now is to take, sorry, I'll start again right there. What we will do with you now is take you outside of your history, take you outside of the name you were born with, and take you to a new place of creation. On the count of 3, what we are going to do is move the frequency of this text to align you to a new creation. And the creation we align you to is yourself in love, as love, with love, and in accordance with all the love that is. Now, as we say 1, 2, 3, we install each of you the ammunition to charge yourselves with this creation. As you are charged by this creation, you claim it. It is inherited as you, and you align to it in your subconscious mind. There is a process of engaging it as it is claimed in manifestation. The design that you hold is being responded to by our text. And our text is a creation of love implied and impressed as you claim, as you align, and you accept and receive. Now we do this with you each. 1, 2, 3. What we are doing with you right now is shifting the vibration you have known as yourself to a new template that will withstand change. As love cannot be changed in its infinite self, it always recognizes its worth. And those things that you would claim as yourself that are no longer in accordance with love will melt away, will lift away, will be taken from you as if a great wind comes to carry the debris of your history far from you. Now, the permission we need from you to make this so is an agreement with yourself that you can align to this possibility. And in the alignment to the possibility, you agree to become your intention. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know how I serve. The agreement you are making now is to align yourself and your history to a new creation. If the history is no longer in alignment with the vibration we hold, the history will be released in such a way that it does not temper your expression in harm. It only lets you know yourself in the face of your changes as one who may grow and change. We distinguish one thing for you now. As we say you are not your history, we do not tell you that that history did not occur. So you are not blaming your history for where you stand today. You are simply agreeing that you are not your history, and you may step forward and claim the new creation that is you in manifestation. As we align you each, as we recognize you each in the new template, I know who I am, what I am, how I serve, we agree with you. And our agreement with you is that we will not leave you on the roadside. We will not pass you by. We will not forget that you agreed to sing this song that we teach you. As long as you remember your name, your true self, I know who I am, I know what I am, I know how I serve, we will work with you to actualize yourselves as the truest creation you may embody as. As we use the term Christ, we understand that many of you have issue with the word because your history precludes you from receiving the true message of it. As we speak of the Christ, we create a new ideal as you, actualized as you. The actualization as you as an aspect of the Creator in her knowing and embodiment. In his expression and being is the Christ in manifestation in man, as man. Now the decisions you have made up until now that this could not be so are being responded already by us as you work with this text. We have said in the past that the text operates on different levels. The text on the page and then the true imprinting of vibration that lives within each page that calls to you the expression and the vibration that we saw through as we align you to your possibility of manifestation. As you agree to read, you also agree to align. If you can imagine reading a book while there is music playing, this will be the easiest example for you. As you read the words on the page, the music commences and it informs you, and your whole vibration is aligned to the music that is gifted to you as you partake in this teaching. The creations you have known up until today have been made by you to know yourselves, to decide for yourselves that you may be on this journey. So we ask you to thank them all, to thank everything in your life up until now, every piece of heart, every piece of pain, every joy, every love, every thought that has brought you to this moment. Our choice for you is to hear you as you sing, and as you sing you lift, and as you lift you agree to align to your true self. I know who I am, I know what I am, I know how I serve. Now the title of this chapter, I Know Who I Am, is what we will teach you now. The self that you have known and pretended to be operates in illusion. She has her job or her family or the ways of self-identifying through the creations she has made. But what she does not know is her infinite self, because the infinite self has not been aligned to a new possibility outside of the responses that she has agreed that she can hold. If you are told to laugh at a funny movie, you go in expectation of laughter. If you go to grieve at a funeral, you expect to shed tears. The conditioned responses you have known yourself through, in many ways, give you an appearance of choice, but in fact they have been chosen for you. Now we are not denying your humanity, we are celebrating it, and we are all for laughter, and we accept the tears as part of your life, but we do not tell you when you should express them. As you are pointed in a direction by your history, this happens and you must feel that way. You begin to know yourself through those expressions. When enough of you agree to something, it becomes solidified in material form. And the creations that surround you now, each one of you, have been agreed upon by you all. Now the new level of response that we would offer you, I know who I am, does not preclude laughter or tears. It sings a new song that rises above conditioned behavior, so you may be responding to what is true and not to what is not true. Not to what you have been taught to believe must be so because you all agreed upon it for so long. I know who I am is a claim of worth. When you know who you are at a true level, I know I am an aspect of the Creator in form. I am manifested as such. That begins to be your expression. That's my expression. As you vibrate in accord with that, what is around you begins to move, to transform, to recognize the new creation that you claim as your frequency. The vibrations that you hold, each and every one of you, are chosen by you in several ways. Your emotional selves, the ideas you hold, the choices you make, born in your thinking, all inform your vibration. As you align to the Christ as your true self, I know who I am, I know what I am, I know how I serve. You decide anew that this is you in manifestation. As we said yesterday, who you are is what you say you are. And your dominion always is claimed by you with this intention. You are in resonance with your claim of truth, and your expression directs it to you as a response to what you have stated. Now when you claim, I know what I am, you are also making a decision. To know what you are means to know who and what you are in this incarnation, in the body you stand in, and how you are expressed in all of the things you see around you. The mask that you hold as your body, the things that you see before you that reflect that adhere to the makings of your expression on this plane. I know what I am is that claim. How you serve, we say, how anybody serves, is how they are expressed as consciousness. And you must understand this very simply. As you are always in vibration, you are always in expression, regardless of what you think. Your vibration is your life in manifestation. It is what holds things to you. It is what repels things as well. The vibration that you hold is how you serve. As you are expressed as your true self, your vibration is transformed, and your service, as we say, is how you express this in all areas of your being. Now you design your lives in accordance with mandates that you have been taught. How I serve must be something I do that is nice for other people, because that is how I know service to be. And you are welcome to do that, and in fact you may be called, but what we are telling you is something quite different. When you align to the Christ as the vibration that you hold, that is what you express, and that is your service. Because what you call to you in response to this will be in alignment with that level of knowing and creation. Now, we will explain this for you. When you move into a high consciousness and your vibration is in accord with that, the manifestations on this plane must be altered to reflect the new level of awareness and the new level of expression that you have claimed. In this claim, you call things to you. And what you claim to you must be in alignment with this new ideal. It cannot be otherwise. Do you understand this, please? It cannot be otherwise. What you would claim to yourselves at this new level of consciousness must be in accord with it. And what is in accord with the Christ as the manifestation must be in healing and is in service. The vibration that you hold is service because you are always expressing your vibration. So that is how you experience yourselves. Now, Paul is getting in the way. Do we have to tell them they are going to go out and be a nurse if they are in service? Absolutely not. For one man to be in service as himself is to be realized as his truest self. As this man is realized as his truest self, he is expressed as this, and that is what he calls to him. He demonstrates this in every aspect of his life because he cannot not demonstrate it. What he is demonstrating will be love, will be the expression of the Christ, because that is how the Christ expresses itself. Now we have to tell you something very important because there is confusion here for many of you. Many of you believe that if you manifest as your higher self or your Christ itself, the Christ itself is what is there for you as you wish it, and it is the opposite. You all believe that you are in control of this on a level of ego and personality, when in fact the opposite is true. When John demonstrates the Christ, when Mary demonstrates the Christ, it is not John as the Christ or Mary as the Christ. It is the Christ as John and Mary. The hand doesn't hold the glass, the chalice of the Christ, holds the man. Do you understand the difference? Yes? So as the Christ becomes you and aligns those aspects of you that are in distortion, that are in fear, that are in blame, that are in heresy against the true self, the knowing of the true self comes forward and claims her purview. John as Christ, yes. The Christ as John is much more true. Now there is a difference, you see, because you like to be the one in authority. And in fact, you always are and you always will be. But what aspect of you? What aspect of you? What aspect of you is claiming the authority of your life? If it is John who works at a bank and has an unhappy marriage claiming his authority, he will be John with an unhappy marriage in authority. When you are the Christ as you manifested as you, that is the aspect of you that claims dominion. And what you claim as that aspect of the self will be aligned to the truth in service and in recognition of your worth. We are trying to be very clear for you now, because you must understand these simple tenets to understand where we would like to take you. We are not losing your personality selves. You are being incorporated by your true self in such a way that you are no longer operating out of a pretend structure that you have been misidentified as. Now, how can this be so? Now, can this be so? Yes. Is it simple? Yes. Does a personality like this? Absolutely not. Because the personality self has a tremendous investment in deciding who and what she wants to be. Now, if there is to be comfort to that aspect of the self, that this transmission continues, it is the following. As the personality self is resumed by us to move into a healthy way of being expressed with the true self, the Christ as you in manifestation holding the fort, as it were, the safety that the personality holds is magnified many times. Now, when we speak of safety, we simply mean that the personality self knows it is held in love by the divine aspect of you that has come forward to claim itself as worthy of this manifestation. The decisions that you have made up until now have brought you to this moment of a new creation. And a new creation, we will tell you, has come to sing your song for you, to be you, to align as you, because it's always been the truth of who you are. Mankind was lied to, as we said yesterday, by many men, by many creations, by many systems, and man was controlled long enough. Ain't that the truth? Man has been lied to, and it has gone on way too long. It's time for something else. It is time for something else. Thank you. The deceit that man endured has left him in a predicament. You think you must hurt each other to be safe. You think you must win, one against the other, to be happy. You think you must cherish only one to be in a partnership, when in fact the whole world is your lover, and the only winner you have is your own recognition of the divine worth, of your divine worth. Everything that stands before you and a recognition of your divine worth must be encountered and decided upon, one at a time or in groups, but it must be decided for you to be liberated. When I go roller skating afterwards, I sit on the bluff overlooking the ocean, and I do my stretching and I do my chanting, and every day my chanting is getting louder. And there's a part of my ego self that's like, oh, well, you know, people might think I'm kind of weird because I'm sitting here. But I really, you know, it does not matter what people think. It doesn't matter what people think. I could be in my head all day long about, oh, this person's gonna think this of me, or this person's gonna think that of me, or this looks weird because I'm the only one doing it. But when you're in a group chanting, there doesn't seem to be anything really strange about that. So it's all an illusion. All an illusion. I want to be liberated. I choose to go to the upper room and be who I know that I am, without worrying about what somebody else might think of what I'm doing in that time. And these books, this book, these words have helped me get to that point. And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you guys for all the lessons that I've been given through these books, and now to be able to share them with other people. Thank you. Okay, so it must be decided for you to be liberated. If this was not possible, we would not be your teachers. We have things we could be doing, you know, and waking up many people at one time is within our purview and brings us joy. But the manifestation of God as man is what is here to be worth, to be worth, to be worth. When we said this book was called The Book of Knowing and Worth, we are telling you something very important. You must be in your knowing to claim your worth. And without claiming your true worth, your true divine heritage, you will not step forward and claim the kingdom, which is your true inheritance. I'm going to read that again. Without claiming your true worth, your divine heritage, you will not step forward and claim the kingdom, which is your true inheritance. The passage that you each undergo through the acquisition of this information and through what we will teach you will be one of amazement and fury. And as we say amazement, because you will begin to recognize aspects of yourself that are no longer in alignment, and you will see how silly it was to hold them to you as your true name. Ain't that the truth? And as we say fury, and we say fury because what you will recognize is how you have been harmed. I'm going to start that over. And we say fury because what you will recognize is how you have harmed the self in an attempt to keep yourself small. And once you recognize that that is no longer needed, the door opens wide and you step forward into your own manifestation as the Christ in man known to you as you. Now, each one of you has decided to be a witness to this opportunity for your fellows. When many people read a text at one time, they all go into alignment as a group frequency. And one of the things you will find through the engagement with this text is you will begin to find other people both in the ethers and on the physical plane, that are attending to these teachings with you. We will encourage this only so you may be in discourse to be reminded once again that this is a collective action. So if you go on YouTube, and you're on YouTube right now, but there are so many teachers out there. Once I've opened up the doors to just all this information, I've found so many different guides and teachers that have just come in. The Moore Show, the Inspire Nation, Teal Swan, Ralph Smart, Infinite Waters. There's so many of them. There's so many of them, and I just want to share all of this stuff because they've really helped guide through this whole journey. You know, I'm compared to some people, and I don't want to compare, but I'm on a different part of the mountain than they are, and they might, you know, have a lot more years behind them in remembering who they are, and I'm coming up on, I've been on a journey for about 6 years now, but like really hardcore over the last 2 years, just like going strong and wanting to learn more and more information. I don't know where you are in your journey. If you're listening to this, you're probably in the same spot, around the same spot that I am. So, you know, this is just, yeah, you find them out there. I am one of them. If you want to leave a comment and share what's going on in your life, that's totally fine with me to do. You can do that, and I'm just here to share. I'm wanting to give love, use my voice, take action, sing my song. So that is what I'm doing, and if you come across this channel, then maybe you're in the same spot and that is what you want to do as well. And I highly recommend that you go and get this book, and I'll put the link to it down at the bottom of the description. So that being said, I'm going to keep reading. We are not doing this to benefit you, but to be remembered through you each as who and what we are. We are an aspect of the Christ manifested, as are you. So we seek your own remembrance as your true selves, so we may be in accord in a wonderful way. The conversations that ensue, we will say, will be more than interesting to you. They will be elevating. And we are making a joke here, yes, but by elevation, we mean we will lift you as you lift yourselves, and the conversations will do the same. The group frequency of those attending to this work will have great power. The planet that you are aligned to, this plane of experience you know, is at a juncture. It is at a reckoning. And the awakening of man is what is required and what is attended to now. I'm going to read that again too. The planet that you are aligned to, this plane of experience you know, is at a juncture. Coronavirus, riots, looting, Black Lives Matter. There's an energy shift, in case you haven't felt something, which I don't know who out there has not felt something in this whole thing, because this is something that's touched everybody. We are at a juncture. The world is at a juncture, is at a reckoning, and the awakening of man is what is required and what is attended to now. All lives matter. Black lives matter. White lives matter. All lives matter. We are in this together. We are all connected. All connected. People are waking up to that, and it's such a great, exciting time to be alive. Like, this is a crazy, wonderful time to be alive. You literally have the possibility to recreate what you have known, to plant seeds and to manifest and to love and give love to your neighbors and see Christ in everybody that you come across. You have that ability. It's inherent in you. This is such a beautiful time that we're in. I'm so excited to see where things start landing and the possibilities that come up from this. I mean, it's like the phoenix rising. You need a forest fire, and it lets things come up. It lets new life come up, new ideas, new creations, all of that. And we're in it. We are in it. All of us collectively are in it. We sing your song, each of you. So you may sing the songs to yourselves, and you may teach the songs to your fellows. And we will ask you this: when you know the words to your own song, to your own expression, why would you not serve your fellows to bring him into alignment with their own divine worth? I don't know. That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm singing my song. I'm sharing the song, and I'm singing my own song. I'm starting. So this has been great. Thank you. We are the teachers. That is our role here with you. But we know who we are, what we are, and how we serve is how we are expressed. As you each know who and what you are, your expression is manifested as your consciousness, and you call to yourselves the circumstances you require to be of service in whatever way is appropriate to you and your gifts, to you and your abilities, to you and your choices. Your choices are never taken from you, you know, and you must always know this. You always have choice. You always have choice. You always have choice. And as long as you know you have a choice, you are always free. Please know this to be so. As we will continue with this text, we will be gifting you things both in frequency and in information that will align you to a new expression. But the choice to embody, to be manifested as the Christ, will be always yours. The aspect of you that knows this is true already will be doing the work with you, so you are never without aid, and we are here for you as well as we say yes to you each. Now, when we said the chapter of this text was, I know who I am, we will tell you what that means. I know who I am as a manifestation of God in man. I know who I am as a divine creation. I know who I am as the Christ in manifestation. I know who I am as a soul who knows his own song, who sings his own song, who knows her own worth, who expresses her own worth, and on and on and on. As we claim this with you, you align to it now. We will ask you this: if there were a way to work this text that would be of more benefit to you than we are giving you now, we would require the information from you. As we are your teachers, we are also your students, and we understand the limitations that you engage with when you get frightened, when you get confused, when the language is not clear. So we do our very best, yes, and as we work through the teacher Paul to teach you. But we ask you this: as you are reading this text, if you require more definition, you will ask, you will ask, you will ask, and you will put the thought out to the universe in whatever form you like, and it will be attended to by us as this transmission continues. You understand already that time is a structure, and we bypass time. So as we see the text in your hand and we see the confusion or the question, we may attend to it now as the transmission is being delivered. You understand already that you are the one in choice of your experience with this. We are wondering now if there is a way to put the minds at ease of those who fear this cannot be so. And in that knowing, I know who I am, I know what I am, I know how I serve. Can there be relief? And we would like to explain this to you now. You must be in your own worth and be in the claim of your own knowing. There is only one moment you may know in, and that is the present moment. When you claim, I know who I am, I know what I am, I know how I serve, you are bringing your consciousness into present time in a way that you may feel and be expressed as. You cannot know anything yesterday. You will not know anything tomorrow. You may only know now. When you claim these words, the encoding comes to you and carries your vibration back into present time so that you may know. If you work with this now and you work with the claim of truth, I know who I am, I know what I am, I know how I serve, you will do this with yourselves in a way that you may express. This will temper the worry because it will put you back in the authority to be the one who knows who and what she requires. Now there is a choice to be made, and the choice that is being made by each of you is to redesign your lives in accordance with your true worth. And your true worth, we say, is the manifestation of God as you. What will this require? What will this be? How will this seem? How will you attend to those things you have known and trusted to be there to support you when they no longer seem relevant or required at this new level of consciousness? How do you trust the new life that you will step into as you move into accord with this teaching? And how do you tell your friends you are now a new woman or a new man? These will be the teachings of this text. They will continue on for the next few months as the dictation is allowed to occur. We are presenting the material as we see fit, and we are already aligned to the requirements of those who will read it. The manifestation of this text on this plane will be more than significant. It will be a trajectory for many to the infinite possibility of their own soul's expression. Let me read that again. It will be a trajectory for many to the infinite possibility of their own soul's expression. And we ask you now if you would like to welcome us in. If you would like to welcome us in, the teachers, the vibration that informs this text, you may ask us in now. And there is only one word that is required, and we will teach you this word in our next chapter. And the word is welcome. Welcome us, please. Say welcome to us if you wish, and we are with you. We will thank you both now for this opportunity to teach, and we would say good night. Stop now, please. Woo! As Michael Sandler would say, woohoo! Woohoo! If you haven't seen Inspire Nation, go check him out. I love his energy. And he's also a fan of Paul Selig, and he's had him on the show before. And Paul has done the channeling. If you haven't seen Paul Selig channel, check him out too. For me, I can get a little tied up in how everything comes in double sometimes, but I get through that, and I have all the audiobooks, so I listen to the audiobooks. I call in my guides and ask what messages need to come to me when I'm walking down to go roller skating. And every single time I put something on, it's something that just, it's my time to hear it. And sometimes I hear it over and over and over again, and then it sticks in more and more, and it just resonates more and more. And then, you know, the more I sing it, the more I know the song, and the more I know how I feel, and the more I want to step forward and share. So there you go. That is one, I know who I am. I think I'm going to stop now because they asked to stop, and sometimes I like to go through, but I'm going to stop now. Thank you for listening. If you've listened to this whole video, I never know what's going to happen. You know, watching somebody read probably isn't the most exciting thing in the world. But if anything, if somebody listened to this or they came across just the title of this book, and it can lead them to opening up a whole new world for themselves and waking up and remembering who they are, then that's my job. That's what I can do. I like to connect people. So there I am. I'm connecting you if you haven't been connected to Paul Selig, to Michael Sandler and the Inspiration Show, to myself. Go out there and just see the Christ in somebody. Just say hello. Say hello. I've done another video on it before. I'm a huge fan of just saying good morning to everybody I come across, no matter what they look like, no matter what they're wearing, no matter what they have their response to be. Maybe they say good morning back, maybe they don't. It does not matter. Just, I see you. I know who you are. I know what you are. I know how you serve. You are free. You are free. You are free to have your own expression, to use your voice, to be you, Christ's manifestation. I love you. Go to my website, Abundant Possibilities. I never throw that out there. And I built this whole website. It's my second website I've ever done. I'm not complete with it yet, but You know, I'm on my own time schedule. So Abundant Possibilities, you can check that out. And I'm going to be I have a ton of writing that I'm going to be putting on there in my blog. I've been in a clean out mode, as well as my solar plexus. The energy has been clear out space, create space for allowing new things to come in. I'm calling a new laptop to me right now. My laptop is pretty old. And it's just going slower than I'd like it to be, and I feel like I can be more productive with a newer computer, so I'm calling that to me. And right now I've gone through my whole computer and just been cleaning up all the files, and I got an external hard drive and I'm like cleaning up, because if I got a new computer, what would I do with it? I would just put all that crap that I didn't even need anymore onto this new computer, and then that would be slow too. So same thing with my body. I'm like cleaning it out, creating space for what's to come, my house, cleaning it out, creating space, taking inventory. Yeah, this has been good. It's been a really awesome experience. And wherever you are, I love you. Yeah, I love you. And I hope that I hope love for you. So there you go. All right, guys. So this is Sarah James. I feel like there's something else that I want to say, but yeah, go to the website abundantpossibilities.com. I also do a podcast, and I need to market that in some way. But there's so many possibilities. I'm so excited. And thank you, Paul Selig, for sitting down and being a channeler. I know I've said this before. If I ever met Paul Selig, if I ever meet you, I just want you to know that I appreciate this work and taking the time. And I've gone to the courses, and I'm going to be doing the faith soon, the ascension. And I know I love you. Thank you for passing this on and sharing and allowing me to share. And I hope you don't mind that I'm sharing. Okay, guys, love you. I'll talk to you later. Bye.